Even though I possess a lot of economic knowledge, there was one topic I just couldn't wrap my head around: cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin, Dogecoin, blockchain, Ethereum, NFTs. We hear about them so much in the news and on social media, don't we? One day they say, whoever bought Bitcoin became rich, and tomorrow they say, Bitcoin is dead. So which one should we believe? Are people really winning, or is it all just hyped up news? Come on, admit it, everyone is confused. In fact, let me make a very honest confession to you. Until I started this video, I was very confused too. An intangible money you can't touch? They say mining, but there are no pickaxes or shovels involved? How does that work? If you've got your coffee, let's get started. Part 1. What actually is money? Where did we come from? Let's warp back to prehistoric times. Before money existed, people used to barter. If you gave me bananas, I would give you tomatoes in return. But the main problem was, what if you didn't need the product I was giving you? That's when the system would crash and trade would stall. Do you know what humanity discovered to solve this? They discovered precious metals. What were they? Gold and silver. Instead of barter, you started giving gold or silver in exchange for the product you received. You could easily buy your bananas with the gold you owned. But people were lazy, and carrying this gold became difficult. Paper money was discovered. With paper money, trade began to flow much faster. Cryptocurrency is the final link in this chain. But there is a very, very big difference. Let's continue. Why is there such a big difference? Part 2. Cryptocurrency and that famous notebook, blockchain. Governments and banks keep all records of money. Traditional money, meaning the dollar, euro, and other national currencies, the bank is the boss, and they can freeze your account or intervene in the system whenever they want. In cryptocurrency, there is no boss. A more accurate description is that it is decentralized. The question immediately comes to your mind. If there is no boss, how is it tracked who sent how much money to whom? This is exactly where blockchain steps in. Think of it as a massive digital notebook. A copy of this notebook exists on the computers of millions of people in the system. You might try to swindle a bank, but you cannot hack millions of computers around the world that don't know each other. That is why this system is called the blockchain. Every transaction is linked together, blocked, and cannot be changed. Part 3. Mining, virtual accountants. Here's that famous term, mining. Who keeps these notebooks? Who approves these transactions? Crypto mining without pickaxes or shovels, without digging the soil. Very powerful computers are set up for this system. They solve near impossible mathematical problems to verify every transfer transaction. Briefly, the system works like this. The moment I start sending you money, the miners' computers start running like racehorses. They go crazy yelling, "I'm going to approve this transaction!" The computer that solves the problem first and approves the transaction wins a certain amount of newly produced Bitcoin as a reward. Miners are now the accountants of the digital world. They receive their salaries in Bitcoin in exchange for their services. The reason Bitcoin is referred to as digital gold is because it is limited in number, and electricity and processing power must be spent to produce it. Part 4. Altcoins, wallets, and other terms. Bitcoin is indisputably the king of the crypto world. Bitcoin, which came out first and directs the market, was put forward in 2009 by a mysterious person named Satoshi Nakamoto. But it is not alone in this game. All cryptocurrencies other than Bitcoin are called altcoins. For example, Dogecoin, that famous coin that was released as a joke with a dog picture on it, but turned into a billion-dollar economy with Elon Musk's tweets. Guess where we store this money? In applications called wallets. But there is a detail you need to be careful about. These wallets do not carry money. Your money is always on the blockchain network we mentioned earlier. Your wallet acts as a key that allows you to own that money. There are two terms you need to know. The first is the public key. Think of it like an IBAN number. You can share it with everyone so they can send you money. The second is the private key. This is your password and signature. In other words, it is your everything in this market. If you lose this, there is nothing left you can do. You can't call the police nor the bank, because remember, there is no bank. There is no customer service. There is also NFT, which you need to know. I am sure you have heard of it. Monkey pictures sold for millions of dollars. Think of this as a deed, the title deed proving your digital asset is original. It is an incredibly huge market for collectors. NFT is the way to prove that you are the owner of a copied image. Part 5, investment opportunity or gambling. I know you are wondering. Come on, ask it already. Will we get rich from this business? I'll give the answer immediately. You could become very rich, or you could go bust. It is not like the traditional stock market. Price volatility is very high. You wake up in the morning and your money has increased by 50%. You say, I'm rich now. The next day, China issues a ban, Russia goes to war, Elon Musk tweets, and your money has melted by 80%. This market is very fast. You say it's dangerous, but you also say nice things. I don't get it. So why do people invest? Many people believe that blockchain will be the end of banking and defend that it is the money of the future. Another reason is protection from inflation. Because Bitcoin is limited in number, there are 21 million in total, and governments cannot print more and lower its value. That is why they call it digital gold. And finally, the instinct of fear of missing out, FOMO. Your friend comes and tells you, I earned this much, I became rich. And upon hearing this, you say, let me get in too and join the system. Part 6, risks and the dark side. This system has risks too, and do not invest even $1 without knowing them. First, security belongs to you. If you lose your password, your money flies away. If you send money to the wrong address, you cannot get it back. The foundation of this freedom is the absence of an intermediary. Therefore, the responsibility is on you. Second, scammers. Just like everywhere else, never believe those here who say, send me one and I'll send you two, or those advertising with fake cryptocurrency projects. The third factor is, as we mentioned, this system consumes a lot of electricity, which is why some countries ban mining. Conclusion: what should we do? It is a revolutionary technology that takes control of money away from governments and banks and gives it to people and mathematics. It's not financial advice, but if you want some friendly advice, here it is for you. Research it yourself. Don't be fooled by those who say, this coin will fly. Never, ever. This is the most important one. Enter this business with money that will affect your life or that you will be upset about losing. As someone who knew nothing, explaining it to those who know nothing, after this Bitcoin mini documentary, I am also going to experiment with an amount of money I can afford to lose. The rest is tracking and experiencing. I hope this video has been helpful to you. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel.